Everyone loves pump, that feeling when the muscles swell, skin tightens, and veins pop out. Arnold even called it the best feeling in the world. But there is a question. Does pump actually build muscle, or is it just a temporary illusion that feels great but means nothing for real progress? So today we will go deep into what pump really is, what causes it, and how it relates to hypertrophy, and whether chasing the pump is the right way to train. I'm Dr. Nash Jocic, former bodybuilding champion. I competed 46 times and won 17 titles. I've been in bodybuilding for over 40 years, and during that time I have coached over 3,500 clients and helped them to get in the best shape of their lives. I've also published 10 ebooks, which are all available for you on my website. Simply click the link in the comments, and you can access them. And if you are after expanding your knowledge and widen your horizons, then consider my ebooks, because they are fully loaded with detailed explanation about everything that you always wanted to know in bodybuilding, like muscle growth, fat loss, training for beginners, training intensity, number of sets, number of reps, lifestyle change, nutrition, and everything else. But let us start with a scientific explanation of what is pump. So a pump is the physiological response, technically called transient hypertrophy. So when you train a muscle intensely, especially with moderate weights and enough number of reps, the working muscles experience increased blood flow and cellular swelling. And here is what happens. So during your set, your reps under load, your muscles demands oxygen and nutrients. Blood rushes through your arteries, but because of continuous contraction, the veins can't drain the blood out fast, and the muscle gets pumped. So the result of all these physiological happenings is that the muscle temporarily swells with blood, plasma, and metabolites, giving that tight, inflated sensation that we call pump. So biochemically, this involves an accumulation of lactate, hydrogen ions, and nitric oxide, and they are all contributing to vasodilation that for that burning, expanded feeling. So in short, pump is increased intramuscular fluid and metabolite buildup during training. It is real, but it is temporary. Now, why is feeling of pump so powerful? We all like that feeling of pump. Arnold called it the greatest feeling. There are a psychological, neurological side to pump. So when your muscles swell, it activates stretch receptors in the fascia and the skin, sending signals of fullness, strength, and accomplishment. It is rewarding and is the part of training, and it really something that becomes addictive. We have all experienced, we all like to achieve that feeling of pump while we are training, and when it happens, we are really fully satisfied and pleased. But this is the problem. A lot of people think that chasing this pump is actually what causes muscle growth. You can the fact is that you can achieve a lot of pump by simply using very light weights and doing very high number of reps, or simply doing exercises which are low in intensity and high in duration. You jump on the bike and ride fast for 5-10 minutes, and your legs are going to get pumped. But as you all know, that will not make you grow. So you need something else in order to grow. So pump is not necessarily muscle growth. The real drivers for muscle growth are mechanical tension, muscle damage, and also metabolic stress. So mechanical tension is the most powerful factor that will make your muscles grow. That will only happen when you expose muscle to high intensity set with the right volume, meaning right duration, and in right form. So mechanical tension is the most important reason for your muscle growth. Now, metabolic stress is secondary, but is still very important because it does contribute in a substantial amount to overall muscle growth. So when you create metabolic stress, your muscles accumulate lactate and other metabolites that signal anabolic pathways, and particularly via cellular swelling and mTOR activation. So tension is signal, but the pump is the amplifier. So these two work together when you put them in your right workout. So the pump enhances the environment for growth, but without sufficient mechanical tension, it does not cause any growth. So don't ever be fooled by idea that once you have achieved pump, you have achieved enough for muscle growth. This is not true. So studies have suggested, physiological studies have suggested that cell swelling can increase protein synthesis and reduce protein breakdown, but only when accompanied by enough tension to activate the fibers. So on the flip side, training that is too light, chasing the burn and pump without enough resistance, increasing blood flow, but it does not increase mechanical tension. So it will fail to recruit high threshold motor units, especially the fast twitch muscle fibers. And this is why we now know that simply going for pump without enough intensity, without enough mechanical tension, not muscle growth will occur. The best results are actually achieved when you combine mechanical tension and pump. But bear in mind, pump is not the goal. Pump is not just is the consequence, is the product of mechanical tension. Mechanical tension in a particular set of, let's say, 10 reps, which lasts around 40 seconds, will be high intensity set, which will trigger muscle growth, stimulate fast twitch muscle fibers, but also as the consequence of that work that lasts 40 seconds, the muscle will get pumped simply because there will be necessary amount of blood to carry oxygen into the muscle, and you will experience pump. But pump wasn't the goal. The goal was mechanical tension, and the pump was just the consequence of that mechanical tension. So in that scenario, you have the best of both worlds. You have mechanical tension and you have metabolic stress. So you are doing the optimal amount of work that will contribute to 100% muscle growth. Now the question is the pump a measure of an effective workout? So again, if you just go for pump, you can use very little weights with no intensity, do loads of reps and loads of sets, but that will not be enough to create a good training session and effective workout. So you can use, for example, only isolation work. This is very popular nowadays. A lot of people are experimenting with some new exotic training systems and exercises because they feel the muscle and they feel the pump. Yes, they do that, mainly with these cable exercises and other isolation movements. They feel the muscle, they feel the pump, but they don't create enough mechanical tension. So this is why they don't grow. I've seen people like that for years, just never growing, but they're feeling good because they're feeling that pump. So pump is not a measure of effective workout. So for the workout to be really effective, you need the tension, especially of compound lifts. Remember that? Compound lifts, they're bread and butter for muscle growth. And you can then achieve pump via isolation or finishing work. For example, you can perform compound exercises for chest, like bench press, dips, incline dumbbell press, like compound exercises anywhere from 8 to 12 reps. Stimulating maximum mechanical tension that way. And then you can do a pec deck machine or cable crossovers in a higher number of reps, maybe 12 to 15 reps, maybe with shorter rest periods. And during those exercises in this set, you can obviously achieve that maximum pump as well. Also, you can perform multi-joint exercises in few sets, anywhere from, let's say, 6 to 10 reps. And then you can lower the weight and do extra few sets and perform sets which are going to be, let's say, 12 to 15 reps. So basically, you can do any kind of combination for achieving both mechanical tension and also metabolic stress via increased blood flow and building up of metabolites in the trained muscle. Now, for people who are really careful about executing their sets, either compound or isolating work, they will achieve pump anyway. So if you, let's say, do 25 sets for chest, you do 5 exercises, 5 sets each. Every set is anywhere from 8 to 12 reps, and every rep is at least 3 seconds or 4. You're going to have enough mechanical tension and also metabolic stress in order to completely stimulate muscle growth without losing on any field, neither mechanical tension or metabolic stress. I would just once like to remind you that the pump is beneficial, but is also often misunderstood. It is not the cause for muscle growth, but is the part of growth environment. So strong pump means that you have achieved local fatigue, that you have increased blood flow and created an anabolic environment. But without proper mechanical tension, it's temporary and is not enough to cause muscle growth. So you have to build the tension first. Mechanical tension is the bread and butter for muscle growth. That will only happen, as I explained, through high intensity sets and right form. And the pump is going to be the consequence, but not the goal. So yes, you will achieve pump, you will feel great, but you must not misunderstand that pump is the main creator of muscle growth. So next time you're in the gym and you feel that deep, tight skin stretching fullness, enjoy it. But remember, pump doesn't mean build muscle. The way you earn it, it does. So when you achieve pump via high intensity sets and mechanical tension stimulated 100%, you will also experience pump. So you have earned that pump, but once again, pump wasn't the goal. It was just the consequence of mechanical tension that will cause the growth. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to my channels, like the video, and also send me your comments, and I will try to answer as many as I can. Let me remind you again that I have published 10 ebooks which are fully loaded with detailed explanation about muscle growth, fat loss, training for beginners, nutrition, lifestyle change, and everything you always wanted to know about bodybuilding. So if you want to widen your horizons and deepen your knowledge, then simply click in the link below in the comments and you can access my ebooks. Also, watch this video in which I explain my other services which are available on my website. Services like personalized training programs, personalized nutritional programs, telephone consultations, online coaching, that are actually the ways that I can help you one-to-one personally to achieve the best results that you can ever expect. So until the next video, I wish you all the best.